Live from Miami, the Humane Society of Greater Miami invites you to the premiere of our virtual event, the Whiskars. Good evening, and welcome to our first edition of the Whiskars, the award show that recognizes the best of our furry friends and brought to you by the Humane Society of Greater Miami, a limited admit adoption guarantee facility dedicated to placing every dog and cat in its care into a loving home, while promoting responsible pet ownership. Don't forget to tag us on social media while watching the show with your family and furry BFFs. And now we begin with our first category. There's something quite endearing about finding our pets splendidly spread out on their beds or on our furniture having a spectacular nap. So, here are our finalists for the Master Napper. Princess for Looking Down Dream Valley. Augie for Driving to Dreamland. Chopper for Sleeping on Top. Chopper and Sebastian for Get Off of Me. Gatsby for Every Day I'm Snuggling. And the Whiskar goes to Princess for Looking Down Dream Valley. Don't worry, if I fall, I still have 8 more lives. We can learn a lot from animals. When we see a dog and a duck that are pals and go everywhere together, or a cat and a horse who can't live without each other, we know they see nothing but friendship. Here are the finalists for the Best Furry Friends. Augie and Gracie for Together We Stand. Princess and Dee Dee for Love That Chick. Coco, Sydney, Christmas, Easter, Sweet Pea, and Buttercup for Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Sydney, Coco, Sweet Pea, and Buttercup for Patiently Waiting for Barbecue. And the Whiskar goes to Augie and Gracie for Together We Stand. We're just pretending we're this close. Does your pet want to go everywhere you go? Whether into the kitchen hoping for a snack or into your suitcase in hopes to go on vacation with you, our pets will always prove to be the inseparable sidekick in our lives. Here are the finalists for the Best Sidekick. Gracie for the co-pilot. Sydney for Welcome to the Dark Side. Shatran McKenna for A Petty with My Petty. Sasha for The Assistant. And the Whiskar goes to Sasha for The Assistant. Sasha accompanies his owner to all her doctor's appointments at Hollandale Beach. Anyone who's ever owned a pet knows the innocent look on a pet's face when they are guilty of something. It usually comes after they removed all the stuffing from inside our couch or after ripping an entire roll of toilet paper. Here are the finalists for the Biggest Troublemaker. Pancho for the Nibbler. Henley for My Favorite Toy. Lilith for the Chismosa. Gigi for Peekaboo. And the Whiskar goes to Gigi for Peekaboo. Peekaboo, guess what I'm up to? One peculiar thing about pet owners is how proud we are of our pets, especially about the skills or tricks they do that make us run for our phones to get it on video and share it with the world. Here are the finalists for the Most Talented. Nellie Ann for The Nightcatcher. Sam for Please Come In. Capri for to fetch is to live. Sydney for high five, bro. And the Whiskar goes to Capri, for to fetch is to live. Sweetest and most fun baby ever. Loves to fetch. It's been a fun ride, so let's check in with our residents to see what they think of our winners so far.
A cat fetching like a dog? Really? I don't know. It's cute, I guess. If you're into that type of thing.
And we're back to our regular programming. Dressing pets is a popular thing to do. Whether dressing up for Halloween or putting on an adorable outfit to accompany us out for dinner, we just love when our pets look like they are dressed to the nines. So, here are the finalists for the best dressed. Augie, for nothing but a hairdo. Henley, for the cute scarf. Duchess, for a fabulous presence. Coco, Buttercup, and Sydney for the glamorous trio. Dolly for the princess. And the Whiskar goes to Coco, Buttercup, and Sydney for the glamorous trio. These pups love playing dress up. Does your pet remind people of someone or something? Does everybody say you look like your pet? I can't decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a thing. Here are the finalists for Look-alike. Sydney for Panda Panda Panda. Sparky and Jackson for twins. Baby for Cookie Jar. Sophia for Scary Selfie. And the Whiskar goes to Sydney for Panda Panda Panda. Much like a panda bear, Sydney spends her days snacking and napping. Does your pet's hairdo turn heads? Whether they sport a hairdo or a hair don't, we wanted to see all the looks and acknowledge the best of the best, or the best of the worst. Here are the finalists for Best Hair. Augie for Drenched. Dolly for Masterpiece. Charlie for Don't Be Hatin'. Sasha for I Need a Hero. And the Whiskar goes to Dolly for the Masterpiece. My beautiful coat is almost as pretty as my different colored eyes. This next category can make some non-pet owners scratch their head in disbelief. But we pet owners love to be kissed by our beloved furry kids. We love it so much, we train our pets to do it on command. Here are the finalists for Best Kisser. Sophie for An Evening with Mommy. Mommy and Princess for the Morning Greeter. Princess and Darrett for Here's Looking at You, Kid. Zoe for the Long Kiss Goodnight. And the Whiskar goes to Princess and Darrett for Here's Looking at You, Kid. This kid is too cute not to kiss. And now it's that time when we check in with our residents to get their impressions about our show. So, what do you think about the show so far?
Oh my god, love loving it! Loving it so much, loving it so hard, all for it! Did you see the one with the... Oh, look! I can high five too! And fetch! This is fun. So fun. When is the next one airing? Seriously, I want to be in it!
As much as we love our pets, sometimes they come with a little bit of drama and tantrum throwing when they don't want to do something. And when caught on video, they're always entertaining to watch. Here are the finalists for Most Dramatic. Camilo, for Where Are We Going? Max, for Somewhere Out There. Sydney, for Unmoved, Shopping is Rough. Cheeky, for I'm Here. And the Whiskar goes to Sydney for Unmoved, Shopping is Rough. This drama queen only enjoys shopping when treats are involved. This next category is a shout out to those pets that are all about that bass. The ones that know how to shake what their mama gave them. What can I say? We like happily wiggly butts and we cannot lie. Here are the finalists for the wiggliest butt. Gracie for Trotting Down the Hallway. Bolt for A Tale of a Tale. Pixel for Slumber Party. Cassie for Everywhere is a Playground. And the Whiskar goes to Bolt for A Tale of a Tale. You can't tell from the photo, but this gentle 120-pound giant definitely has the best wiggle butt. This next category is one of my favorites because it's about our pets' stories. Stories about transformation, long journeys, heroic acts, and the impact we have in each other's lives. Here are the finalists for Best Story. Chloe for Saved and Loved by a Community, the story of a beautiful princess who was once saved by a community of donors and changed a loving family forever. Dolly for Love at First Sight, the story of a longtime supporter who found love at an event and had to adopt. Henley for A Special Bond, the classic story about a foster failure and undeniable love. Sasha for The Superhero, the story of a lost dog who became a superhero and a local celebrity. And the Whiskar goes to Sasha for The Superhero, the story of a lost dog who became a superhero and a local celebrity. Sasha, you're definitely a hero in our eyes. Sasha was found in the Everglades and taken to a local shelter. He was deemed a shepherd mix, but a great friend of the shelter called and told him to correct the breed, and I was contacted. It was a match made in heaven. Sasha recently was the focus of the local news here when he and I went looking for and located a lost 10-year-old boy named Noah with Down syndrome who was visiting a relative here in Florida. The city of Hollandale Beach honored Sasha with a proclamation and his own day. Sasha has his own Instagram page, @SashaTheHeroDog. This next category acknowledges the amazing service, therapy, or emotional support pets give us. Those pets whose job it is to protect us, warn us, help us do daily tasks, or just make us feel better. Here are the finalists for Goodest Boy or Girl. Buddy, for You're My Inspiration. Sasha, for Unconditional Helper. Sophie, for the Quicker Picker-Upper. Cassie, for A Good Single Mom. And the Whiskar goes to Sasha for Unconditional Helper. Sasha helped his 77-year-old neighbor who fell and broke her knee. Sasha came to the rescue, helping out and getting her back on her feet. One of the cutest features our pets have are their ears. Whether perky or floppy, or one up and one down, sometimes the ears are just what makes our pets adorable. Here are the finalists for Best Ears. Gracie, for I Heard That. Dolly for Easter Bunny. Henley for Down and Happy. Gemma for an irresistible look. And the Whiskar goes to Henley for Down and Happy. Dad wasn't looking to adopt until he met me. He just couldn't resist. To those of you who wonder what it's like for an animal to live in our facilities, here's a peek into the life of one of our happy residents. This one's for the snack thieves, the dinner time alarm clocks, and the exercise-adverse furry friends. It just goes to show you that pets are sometimes not all that different from us humans. Here are the finalists for Chunkiest Floof. Max for the Kitchen Chameleon. Sydney for I Bark for Ice Cream. Gemma for the Chew Stick Destroyer. Artemis for Full of Happiness. And the Whiskar goes to Max for the Kitchen Chameleon. Max waits impatiently every night in the kitchen until Grandma says his favorite word, comidita. This category highlights the wonderful animals at the Humane Society of Greater Miami. Although we know no one animal is better than another, we can only have one winner today. Here are the finalists for the top shelter pet. Rodney for the Heart Thief. Jackie Robinson for the Reluctant Goofball. Jen for I Think I Love You. Dandelion for the Human Whisperer. And the Whiskar goes to Rodney for the heart thief. I am eager to please and have already learned to sit on command, but stealing hearts is my specialty. Our top shelter pet, Rodney, is an all-around good boy looking for a forever home. If you adopt him, prepare to be greeted with his warm smile and wagging tail every day. He loves playing with toys, going for walks, and jumping or zooming around with excitement despite his senior age. Rodney suffered from heartworm disease when he first arrived at our shelter, but thanks to generous donations to our Second Chance Fund from our supporters, he was able to receive treatment and is now heartworm-free. With a new lease on life, Rodney is ready to show you just how grateful he is by filling your life with endless love and kisses. All he needs is a caring forever family who's ready to unleash his endless love. Rodney is currently sponsored by the Dolly's Dream program. That means if you choose to adopt him for a reduced adoption fee of only $39.99, you will also receive a selection of goodies valued up to $350. These goodies include a training crate, leash, and collar, no pull harness, toys, bowls, optional training, and more. If you're interested in adopting Rodney or any of the animals in the top shelter category, please visit www.humanesociety.miami.org to fill out an application today. This last category is brought to you by the new Barker. We have arrived at our last category, the best of the best. From the winners of each of our 15 categories, here are the finalists for the top dog and top cat. And the finalists for top dogs are Coco, Buttercup, and Sydney, Henley, Augie and Gracie, Dolly, Sasha, Gigi, Max, Sydney, Bolt. And the Whiskar goes to Gigi! And the finalists for top cats are Capri and Princess. And the Whiskar goes to Princess! This concludes our program this evening. We want to thank Purina for their continued support and their commitment to shelters across the country, as well as all of our sponsors and participants. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the show and hope to see you next year.